The number one tool to stop climate change is in your hands. Hello, I'm so happy to be here because I haven't been with you in ages going live, but today it's Earth Day. And I think this is such an important moment that I just had to overcome my own nervousness and limiting thoughts and limiting beliefs. And I just have to talk about this because I want to show you this tool that can help save our planet. And you have it at home. Can you guess what it is? I'll do a little bit of drum roll. Here it is. This is your tool for climate to stop climate change. And you know it very well. You use it several times per day. Yes, I'm talking about you changing your eating habits, changing your way of eating. And for those of you who know me, who've known me for years, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about switching to a plant-based diet. Yes. Ditching the animal foods and switching to a plant-based diet is the most important thing that you as a single person can do. There is no, you buying a hybrid car doesn't help so much. Not going to into holidays in foreign countries by plane, etc. Yeah, that's all great. Showering only 4 minutes per day, that's all great, but that's not it. And I will show you today what you get when you switch your way of eating and how you can save the planet. You ready? So let me just start with, I have seven reasons to give you, and I'll try and make this sweet and short as much as I can. So number one is obviously you reduce the greenhouse emissions. Because when we raise animals for food, these animals create greenhouse emissions. And we know that the totality is more than all the cars, all the buses, the trucks, the trains, and the airplanes together, right? Animal livestock creates more greenhouse emissions than all our transports together, 40% more. And before you ask where I'm getting these numbers and other numbers that I will tell you about, they are science-based, they are research-based, and some of them are a few years old. And I didn't bother to check the new numbers because honestly, things are getting worse, not better. So yeah, greenhouse gases from livestock come from CO2, carbon dioxide, and methane that are coming from the animals. So number two, when we switch to a plant-based diet, is that you can contribute to reducing or even ending the hunger in the world. Because you see, when we raise animals for food, we feed them a lot of stuff that humans can eat. So actually, 50% of the world's grains and 90% of the world's legumes, something like soy or lentils, etc., are fed to animals to raise them for then humans to eat them. This is a total waste of energy, right? Oh, and I see that I have some people watching here, so I don't know if I can see the comments, but I would love for you to say hello. Let me just check. Oh, hey, Faith and Katie. Thank you so much for being here. So you have already two reasons to switch to a plant-based diet: to save our planet, right? Not to make me happy or anybody happy or to be right or not right. It's for the planet today. So let me go on. Number three is you can actively save water. Now, this is really a big one. Let me just go there because I've made all these beautiful slides for you today. Really proud of myself. So We use a lot of water when we raise animals, when we process foods based on their flesh. And so there are some numbers that I have here for you. Like when we create one burger of 200 grams, we waste 3,000 liters of water. For 1 liter of milk or 200 grams of cheese, you need nearly 1,000 liters of water. So when you go fully plant-based, which I did nearly 20 years ago, and I'm still alive, with a plant-based diet, you can save up to 5 million liters of water per year. Can you imagine that amount? Like taking a shower daily for 10 minutes would be 44 to 55 liters, depending on the shower you're using. 55,000 liters per year. That's 1% only. Can you see the immensity? And this topic is so dear to me because I live in Spain and we have an unprecedented water crisis here in Spain. It's getting worse every year. It's been like getting worse every year for now 6 or 8 years in a row. We have water rationed as per today in April, and it has started for some regions even in February. This was something, Spain has always had some regions where there were some troubles with water, drinking water. I remember as a young girl, I came to Spain like, let me think, 50 years ago, more or less. There was a problem with drinking water in the summer, in July and August, when there were so many tourists and the reservoirs were emptying themselves. Now we have this nearly the whole year. We have villages that don't have enough drinking water for the people, let alone to raise animals. And it's getting worse every year. I know I'm repeating myself, but it's really something. Like raising animals for food is like putting gasoline into a fire when there is water shortage. We're destroying our countries, our land, everything by continuing to do this. And I admit that people who have done this for generations and who are confronted with the problem, they don't know what to do because they don't know what else they could do. And I know this is not you just have to change thing. This is a serious problem, but we have to talk about it. And even though I cannot solve the problem on the political level, on a global level, whatever, what we can do, what you and I, what we can do is just do what we can. And that's not participating in this anymore, not buying animal-based products, not eating them, or at least try and do it less, right? Thank you, Katie. So reason number four is save the rainforest. Now, this is also linked to the water problem because the rainforests are not just beautiful forests with lots of trees in there. These trees give us oxygen, and these trees give us drinking water by evaporation. So about 20%, 1/5 of our fresh drinking water is regenerated by the rainforests. Now, we cut the trees there to grow more crops, to feed more animals. Can you see how this is crazy? And scientists have been warning we're getting very, very close, like less than 5 years before we reach a tipping point where the rainforest cannot regenerate itself and will die. And then we cannot do anything about it. So it is urgent for us to do this. And if you have ever been to the rainforest, or if you have ever seen videos, these are beautiful places, right? We have to preserve them for our survival, but also because the planet wouldn't be the same without it. Because let me say something here. Why do we want to save the planet? Why do we have an Earth Day? Because we care about the Earth? Honestly, we don't. We care about ourselves. So we want to save the planet because we want to go on living here. And we want our children and our grandchildren to be able to live here. This is the true reason. Let's just be honest with ourselves. And many people don't care or don't know. Now, I'm trying to just explain this to you so you cannot say that you don't know. I know that's not very nice, but yeah. Along with water and biodiversity goes the next reason, and that is to preserve biodiversity, because we are the world champions in mass extinction. Yes, there have been mass extinctions of species before in the planet's history, but they were not man-made. And yeah, Earth continues. Earth will continue when we are gone. Earth doesn't care of us getting extinct. So just think about what we are doing. We're doing it for ourselves, and what you and I can do, nobody else can do, right? What your neighbor does, you cannot do. So we all have to contribute to this. And as I wrote here, just think about the bees, how the bees are not finding food anymore because of these immense monocultures, how in some countries, they have laws, like in Germany, for instance, they have laws that you have to have part of your agricultural area without putting crops there to feed the bees. But the agricultures are in such a terrible situation already that they don't want to do this anymore. We are creating new vicious cycles of extinction. And there is the saying that once the bees are gone, humankind has only 4 years, and then we will be gone as well. And honestly, this will not be a nice death for people. So don't think that I want to scare you. Or maybe I want, no, I don't want to scare you, but I want you to become aware and conscious of what's going on. All right, so we're nearly there. Number 6, that's a huge one as well, is you can contribute actively to reduce pollution. Because these animals that we raise for food, they poop and they pee. And we have so many of them that what once was traditional, a traditional way of living was that they would take the poop and the pee and bring it onto the agricultural place as manure. But we cannot do this anymore because we have too much. So it's polluting our air, it's polluting our earth, it's polluting the groundwater. There are areas in the US and in northern Germany, I know that for sure, where the groundwater is polluted with manure. So people are drinking, when they are drinking tap water, actually they are drinking diluted pee and poo from the animals. This is disgusting to me. And of course, it's also taking a toll on our health. So a fun calculation that I've put here for you is in the US, and this is a few years old, so it might be more now. In the US, farm animals produce 130 times more waste than the whole human population on Earth. And it does so exactly 40,000 kilo, that's 88,000 pounds, per second. Can you imagine that? Per second? 40,000 kilos of poop. And all this waste is here to stay because they have already retention reservoirs because they don't know where to go with this. This is a huge air pollutioner, for instance. So yeah, this is the really disgusting part. That was number 6. And now the last one, number 7. And number 7 is bringing things already a little bit together, because when you switch to a plant-based diet, you can contribute actively to saving the oceans. We already have the problem that we will have soon more plastic waste in the ocean than fish because of overfishing. And Also, the contamination with manure from agricultural regions in coastal areas, the manure gets into the water. And on top of that, we have now the problem of fish farms. So their fish is raised like cattle on Earth. They are doing this in the ocean. And these fish there are enormous amounts of fish in a small place. So they have the same problem than on the land. They have to feed them antibiotics. All these fish, they poop too. And all of this creates death zones around the fish farms. There is no life at all that's possible there anymore. And even when they move the fish farm a little bit, because that's what they do, they leave the death zones behind, and they just stay like this. It is very, very long and difficult to regenerate a zone like this. So we care about the Great Barrier Reef, and it's good that we do that, but we have to care about these things that nobody wants to talk about. It's the biggest elephant in the room, right? But we have to. And today, on Earth Day, is the day to start thinking about this. So here you have it again, all of them together. Don't tell me that you don't know. Now you know. These are the things that you can do when you use this to save the planet. And is it all or nothing? No. Do you have to go today 100%? Yeah, it would be great, but no. Every meal counts. Every time you use this fork at each meal, you work either for the planet and to stop climate change, or you work against it. There is no middle way. It's either or. And it's also for your health. It's for our survival and for our health, because I want to make this very clear. I'm a nutritional coach as well, a health coach. I've worked with people for over 15 years, helping them to change the diet to overcome chronic disease and chronic pain like diabetes or arthritis, allergies, autoimmune diseases, etc. So I know what I'm talking about. And I tell you, you do not need any animal-based foods at all to be healthy and thrive. I'm one of the living proof, because I'm living like this for nearly 20 years now. And I can talk for hours about plant-based health. That's one of my favorite topics. I love talking about this and teaching about this, but that's not our topic today. So today is Earth Day. And today, I hope that I gave you at least one reason, one of the 7, to go more plant-based, to try it. And if you have any questions, if you want to know how to do that, what you can eat, what it implies, etc., feel free to either comment or DM, and I'll be happy to help. That's what I'm here for. That's my mission. So I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. Earth Day. Celebrate it. Go out into nature. Have a look at the beauty that's out there. Maybe you see some bees or beautiful birds. Here in Spain, yes, I see the drought, and I see how difficult it is for nature to produce the beautiful flowers and plants that I see here. But also, I see the beauty, and I hope you will do so as well. I wish you a great day. And thanks for being with me.